Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, maka na anyị bugo. Anyị buru ibu. Anyị elika n'elu ụwa niile nke mmadụ nọ n'ime ya. Mana ka ọ ghara ịdịzini ka ife onye ala mere onwe ya. Onye ala ji aka ya wee gbaa ụlọ ya ọkụ. N'oge ọkọchị, oluzie ka udu mmiri bịara, o wee fụzie n'ife o mere onwe ya. Ya bụ na onye jebele ije rukwu nọ ụna amakakwa. Maka na ife ọma bụ n'ime onye igwe, ya bụ basiko. Ọ na-aba na beyi, mata na ọ ya bọrịrị gị ike o. Nkwa! Mbeji na kalide n'iru n'ọkụ n'elu ụwa na n'ugo. Ụmụ Biafra ndị ọma ga-ekwa m ntị n'onu. Anyị buru n'ibu, anyị jụrụ ụwa niile, anyị bara ụba. Gịlị adịrọzi n'ume igbo ntụnụ, ọkwanye n'ụka na-ekwuzi n'ụọ. Onye ihe na nwanne ya, maka na nwanne bụ ụgwọ nnọ nke Chukwu ji gozie nụ mmadụ. Ọgbachukwu kesịrị n'anyị nụ, si anyị biri n'udo, ụmụ Biafra ndị ọma. Yes, sir. Ode n'igbo isi ochie abịagokwa n'ọzọ. King Kong of Africa. Onye nwe egwu n'isi ochie. Ode n'igbo ụmụ Biafra. Ọjọlọjọlọ. Melody. ịmanụ dị na mma nnu na mmanụ bụ ofunu badịrị eziokwu isi n'ijewe bịazinu isi n'igede isi n'igala isi n'ibibio ịbụzi na onye fiki ka ịbụ na onye anam ịbụ onye izọm ịbụ onye igbo ịbụ onye ishekili ịgba nke dizikwa n'ibe a na-alụ ebe ọ bụ na isi bịazinu ebe ọ bụ na isi bilinu mebi n'obodo oyibo n'omebizi n'ala Igbo mebizi na na-abịa mụrụ niile anyị niile bụ nwanne agakwa na bantị ndị dị vaịda n'uru ndị soro mmadụ gbuo soro mmụọ wee jụbara ihe ese soro mmụọ wee gbuo soro mmadụ wee rie akwa ọgbabaka na ya dị n'ụlọ ọ bụ gịnị ka mụ ya kwụsị tụtụ ka ọ bụ gịnị ka ya akọbalinu odenigbo wisoji arabakwanụ odenigbo wisoji akwabanụ odenigbo wisoji edibenuo ụmụbịa ọbụla n'ụlọ obuwo anyị jikọtanụ ma ikọtanụ bikọtanụ omekọtanụ jikọta ikọtanụ bikọta mekọtanụ jikọta ikọtanụ enwezere obi nwanne Yes, sir. Mazi Ugochinyere mba ụwa onye amụma dị ire ekwe ụmụ Biafra ezi onye ndu ofu mkpụrụ nwa mụziri mara na-efi the of the Lord. Onye ike Jehova. Ọsị Igbo ndụ nke izizi. Onye ịfụnanya ya na-enwere atụ. Ọhamadike Biafra. Wunyere ya nọ. Oteni bụ isi Chineke n'ezi nnuye. Mụ na ndị egwu m. 27 November International Band. Egwu modern Igbo adabagwo n'egwu mmụmụga na nwannu. Egwu modern Igbo adabagwo n'ụwa. Ụmụ Biafra mụda na nwannu. Unu asọgbu ụgwọ n'imo. Ụmụ Biafra mụda na nwannu. Egwu anyị jebe na Amerika. Anyị kene n'ụmụ Biafra ndị nọ na Amerika. Ụmụ Biafra mụda na nwannu. Biafra nọ Israel. Ibo mani no mo bebe no chukwu ya gosi mnu. Olu ya dịzi n'ukechi. Biafra. N'enu ụwa niile. Mmadụ nọgbati ya nụ. Na Canada anyị nọ ya nụ. Na Japan anyị nọ ya nụ. Biafra duru wanine. Radio Biafra, Radio Biafra, Radio Biafra, Omo Biafra nine. Biafra, I know the Radio Biafra. Woku ikuku, adekwu yefu. Ikuku woku, ikuku ọma, ikuku mbu ụwa niile. Wole kuwariwari, woku bena o. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Ọmadige onye amụma obi n'igwe ma n'igwe ote njinji iwe niile gwaziri anyị na omezugonuo Radio Biafra anyị bụ ote njinji Mazi Uche Mefor anyị bụ ote njinji ụmụ Biafra niile anyị bụ ote njinji ode n'igbo nwa isi ọchịchị 27 November bandị ndị ọma ewuo ngwanụ Radio Biafra Radio Biafra Radio Biafra ụmụ Biafra niile Radio Biafra Shekiri banke ndị Igbo ịgala n'igede kedu maka ndị Ijo Radio Biafra Radio Biafra ụmụ Biafra niile Radio Biafra Biafra, woku ikuku, adekwu yefu. Ikuku woku, ikuku ọma, ikuku mbu ụwa niile. Wole kuwariwari, woku bena o. Ọjọlọjọlọ, Radio Biafra, ụmụ Biafra niile. Radio Biafra Radio Biafra Radio Biafra Radio Biafra ụmụ Biafra niile Radio Biafra anyị nọ na Radio Biafra okwu bụ ikuku adịkwu yefu ikuku bụ okwu ikuku ọma ikuku mba ụwa niile onye kuwariwari okwu bena o ọjọlọjọlọ Shekiri banke Radio Biafra. Ekene dịrị Chineke maka ezi onye ndu anyị Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ọmadike onye amụma obi n'igwe ma n'igwe ote njinji. Iwe niile gwaziri anyị na omezugo n'ụwa. Radio Biafra anyị bụ ote njinji. Mazi Uche Mefor anyị bụ ote njinji. Ụmụ Biafra niile anyị bụ ote njinji. Ote n'igbo nwisi anyị bụ ote njinji. 27 November bandị ndị ọma. Ewu ngwanụ ngwanụ. Iji gọnọ fabrika so n'oze njinji. Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra. Ụmụ Biafra niile. Radio Biafra. Ụmụ Biafra. Ananke songi bibio. Efiki shekiri banke. Ndị Igbo ịgala n'igede. Kedu maka ndị Ijo? Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra. Ụmụ Biafra niile. Radio Biafra.
Good evening, fellow Biafrans, men and women of goodwill and of good conscience. This is Radio Biafra live presentation on this evening of the 26th of November 2019. We are live from London. I'm reaching you wherever you are with every degree of certainty, from east to west, from north to south, from the upland and the coastal regions of Biafra land. We are welcoming you even when the Facebook is trying to stop us. We will not allow them because we have come with clean hands. Our hands are clean where our enemies are, and therefore we are not afraid of anyone. This gospel of restoration, of redemption, and renewal of the land of Biafra must be pursued to its due conclusion. That is why we will not fail to invite, as always, the Most High God Uche to descend in His majestic glory and power to be on the driving seat this evening, that everything we do, everything we say, will be according to His ordinance, will be according to His divine injunction. That in the end, that not only that this gospel is preached, but that it will go forth to touching hearts of men and women from around the world, even our enemies. That those who have not begun to attune themselves absolutely will begin to do so in uncertain times. We present ourselves, the Most High God, before your heavenly throne this evening. And we pray you to go before us, to go beside us, to go behind us, to continue to render powerless and impotent our enemies, to continue to set fire in their camps, that the pit holes and potholes that they have dug for us, we turn into graveyards for them. We have come with clean hands, therefore pursue those who are pursuing us. Destroy those who want to destroy these Biafra efforts. Destroy those who want to destroy the people of Biafra. Destroy the contraption called Nigeria, because they have not plotted in the right direction. They have not planned for us anything good. Therefore, reward them with the evil that they have come against us. Allow us to eventually do what is needful. That the efforts, that the sacrifices of our gallant heroes and heroines who have gone before us will not be in vain, but that we shall persevere till the end and restore Biafra on their honor and in their behalf. You shall bless the entire family of IPOB from Biafra land to African continent, to European continent, to Asian continent, to Australia, to the Americas. Anywhere they are on this planet Earth, you shall bless them. You shall continue to favor them, spiritually and physically, they and their families. You shall bound this family with their love, because in you we trust. Our enemies are not sleeping, they are working every day, they are working every minute, every second, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out. But you shall not abandon your people, because you have set us on this imperishable journey to restoration and to redemption. You shall allow us to see the land of Biafra. We are not going to hand this baton to our children and to Jesus of Biafrans to come after us. Bless the families of IPOB that have lost someone. Give us every determination, every courage to stand by them at all times. May the souls of those, our brothers and sisters, our fathers, our mothers, who have gone before us, continue to rest in your bosom, but may they never rest where their murderers are. They shall continue to pursue them, their spirits shall continue to torment them, until they feel away from the face of this planet Earth. Do this for us now and give us victory and take the glory, that the rest of humanity will see a blessing upon our lives and continue to glorify your holy name. To this we say amen and amen and amen. Ise. My name is Uche Mefor. I am the deputy leader of Indigenous People of Biafra, standing in for a great leader, Mazi and the Kanu, the Colossus, the Enigma, and the Oracle of our time, the man who has, against all odds, continued to propel this global family of Biafrans, and standing in the gap for those who cannot stand for themselves or speak for themselves. Because of what IPOB has done, the whole world is taking notice about the evil contraption called Nigeria. And every day they are being exposed. They are now dancing in marketplace, global marketplace. And they are becoming laughing stock everywhere. If you call yourself a Nigerian today, you should be ashamed of yourself, because Nigeria holds no hope. It holds nothing good for mankind. It is a contraption, a business empire, a devilish one indeed, midwife by the British, handed over to the most wicked set of black race, the Fulani Islamic fundamentalists. They are the people at the helm of our affairs. They are the people killing human beings as if they are animals and protecting themselves with the fraudulent laws that they make. You have doctors and lawyers and captains of industries and community leaders of repute. You have clergymen and women. Everybody is keeping quiet. Everybody is keeping mute. They have intimidated everyone. But we, the indigenous people of Biafra, are saying that the status quo cannot continue. We must continue to expose them, and we shall continue to apply every tactics, every method at our disposal and within the law to make sure that we drive home this message of restoration and redemption. We must not rest on our own oars. We must not grow weary. We must not contemplate capitulation. The heart of this project, we shall not allow to see corruption. And it is all by political will on our side. And we are inviting each and every one of us to wake up. If you know what you can do to restore Biafra within the rules within the confines of the directive that is propelling IPOB, do it and make sure that you contact principal officers in your area. Not you going out of your way to be doing whatever you like. That is what some people have started this time around. Everybody is now, you start your own market, you start your own business on the IPOB. In every event, or in any event, every opportunity you have, you will not fail to tell them that Mazi Nnamdi said, if you know everything, anything that you can do it and get Biafra. It is a lie. It is a statement he made with every amount of qualification. You must not do anything outside the structures of IPOB that we have, or without telling, letting, or briefing the IPOB leadership in the country where you are. That is why everybody must be very vigilant. Very, very vigilant, because if we don't instill discipline, we are going to be taken over by our enemies. We have not done that before, and we are not going to do it tomorrow. Not even now. I will start by a very important information. I'm passing information this evening, not necessarily broadcasting in the right and the usual way you know it. We are happy with Facebook, of course, our Facebook listeners. We have 29%. We are also asking our people in different parts of Biafra land to give us information regarding our FM radio station. Somebody has reported that Iguacha FM radio station has not been up and running. We want up-to-date information regarding it. We also want up-to-date information regarding our FM radio stations in different parts of Biafra land. We want feedback regarding our satellite platforms, whether they are up and running or not. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi, made important announcements in the last two broadcasts that he made. And this is regarding the whole of Biafra and specifically Anambra State or Anambra Province, as the case may be. IPOB families in Biafra land are under the control of our coordinators. They are our principal servants. They are our principal officers. And they, of course, are working with our people on the ground. Our coordinators know what they are supposed to do to administer the affairs of IPOB in such a way that it will engender unity and progress for all family members. In turn, ordinary IPOB family members must, at the same time, adhere to instructions. If you go outside the instructions, the laid down guidelines that have been directing IPOB, that have been propelling IPOB forward, then you on your own. It is either that you have come to destroy IPOB or that you are working for the enemies. Before any meeting is organized by any group of people in different parts of Biafra land, it must be with the knowledge of the coordinator, the state coordinators, the zonal coordinators, as the case may be. I am making reference specifically to what is happening in Anambra and in other parts of Biafra land, but specifically in Anambra, because we've been getting a number of conflicting signals. If there are any meetings that any individuals or groups are going to embark upon, it must be with the authorization of the state coordinator, the zonal coordinator, senatorial coordinators, as the case may be. Very important. If you disregard this instruction and go about having meetings on your own, then you are bound to be disciplined. That is very important, that everybody understands it. At the same time, if you are a principal officer, you must not use your position to victimize others. It doesn't matter whom you are. If you are in position of authority, by this I mean, if you are a principal officer, a principal servant, you must not use your position to take advantage of others. But first of all, the IPOB family units in Biafra land are under the hierarchical leadership of IPOB. And everybody under those families or in those families are bound to listen to the coordinators, the principal servants. First of all, if there is anything that you are told to do, do it. If you have issue, complain later. At the same time, high-handedness must not be allowed in IPOB. There are people complaining about individuals and groups beating people in Anambra and different parts of Biafra land. People must understand that nobody has monopoly of violence. So very important. At the same time, those who are complaining that they are molested must first of all ask themselves whether they adhere to the instructions of our leader. If you are outside it, anything that happens to you, then know that it is as a result of your disobedience. We heard that there are two parallel groups of elders in IPOB. That cannot happen. This is no more a kitchen talk. Very important. We have the principal servants who are in charge of our elders. You must go back to the principal servants who are in charge of whatever position you are holding in IPOB as an individual and as a group. A member of directorate is in charge and must direct and give instruction as things should be. People who are going about organizing parallel structures in IPOB must know that they are working for the enemies and they will not be spared when the time comes. IPOB elders are first of all members of IPOB family units where they are. You cannot leave the state where you are and go to another state and say that you are an elder, unless it is with prior arrangement and agreement across board. Every elder in IPOB must be identified by the IPOB family unit where that person comes from. If you are not a bona fide IPOB family member attending meeting in your local community, wherever you are based, then you don't have any legitimacy to be saying that you are an elder in Biafra land under IPOB. The people who are attending IPOB family meetings, the people who are participating in what IPOB is doing, and they are elder in age and by every standard, are the people who recognize that they are our elders. And they are under our coordinators. Yet they have different roles that they are playing as well. First, as an IPOB family member, second, as an elder. And then we have guidelines on how our elders should be conducting themselves. And we have a member of directorate who is in charge of them. Everything you are doing is under the leadership of somebody within the hierarchy of IPOB, within the structures that we have. Everybody must adhere to the instructions given by our leader, and especially those in Anambra specifically. There was an instruction, an announcement he made in the last two broadcasts regarding Anambra. Anambra State is under Anambra State Coordinator. And senatorial coordinators, as the case may be, the same with other states. But I'm making this announcement specifically for IPOB. This is Radio Biafra live presentation. We are reaching you from London. We are having some issues with Facebook and don't know whether people are getting us on Facebook. But even if they are not, please use our radio platforms. Facebook is working assiduously hard to make sure that we do not do the right thing for our people. There are people coming up asking questions about the announcement I made the other time. A lot of things are happening in the contraption called Nigeria against Biafrans. The Fulanis who are in power, the Fulanis who have come through the back door to control our political destiny, are actually working day in, day out, night in, night out, to implement everything Islamic, to circumvent everything we do, to control our lives. They do it economically, they do it politically, they do it religiously, they do it socially in every aspect of life that you can think of. And they are using their foot soldiers from Biafra land to accomplish these aims, or these their aims. And we are saying that we, having stood in the gap for quite some time now, for those who cannot speak up for themselves, are not going to relent. We are going to continue to move forward. We are going to move even further than expected, making sure that we secure what is ours. If you are an Igbo man, if you are an Ejo, if you are an Ibibio, Anang, Efik, Igala, name them, Ishekiri, Ibanke, and so on and so forth, know that you do not have any future in the contraption called Nigeria. If you listen to our leaders' broadcast on Saturday, or is it on Sunday, you would have understood what the issues are. They are trying to make sure that everybody from Biafra land who is doing well economically and even politically are brought down. Everybody from Biafra land who is doing well or who are doing well are penciled down for total destruction. We are no more strangers to all these injustices. The latest is Chief Allen Onyema, and it is our responsibility, despite whatever happened or happened in the past, to show some level of humanity in us, to teach those who don't understand what this comradeship, this brothership is all about. If you serve the zoo called Nigeria, the contraption called Nigeria, you will come back regretting. Our leader, Mazi, know that people don't know all these things before, but that he is the only one that had the courage and called it a duty and consistently made his opinion and at all times spoke the minds of everyone, insisting that what is right should be done. And in recent history, he remains unparalleled. He remains the greatest of them all. And we must stand by him. We must indeed join hands together to make sure that this contraption called Nigeria is exposed beyond imagination for the evil that they are committing against our people. And that those of our people, those are people who are serving Hausa Fulanese to the detriment of the progress and success of our people, individually and collectively, are called back, that they will receive some level of knowledge and enlightenment. Whether they pretend that they don't know anything about what they are doing, we need to remind them. We have been talking about investing in Biafra land. We have been talking about looking inwards. We've been talking about coming down east, because any of their investment in any part of that contraption called Nigeria South Biafra land is endangered. Our successful businessmen will not understand this until it happens to them. And we have had a number of casualties. The latest of them is Chief Allen Onyema. The zoo called Nigeria, the Nigerian establishment, and their agents in United States are responsible for what Chief Allen Onyema is passing through today. And EFCC is also planning. They have even swung into action to try to destroy his business, to try to humiliate him, to try to make him a non-entity. But just before last week, he had been their darling, doing all manner of things in the spirit of one Nigeria, hopeless one Nigerianism, and sometimes doing that to the detriment of his own people. He is not alone in this. There are so many of them. 80% of politicians from Biafra land, 90% of businessmen from Biafra land, they are every day afraid of what comes against them. That is why they cowardly and cap in hand, always pandering to the dictates of their masters in Asuruk. That spirit of fear that has been devouring us, that spirit of fear and intimidation, or rather timidity, that has been ravaging us, must be shown the way this time around. We must allow spirit of boldness and courage to take over. We must stand by our own Chief Allen Onyema in this trying period. make sure that he is not unjustly maltreated. Because the Fulanis defend their own, even when they are on the wrong side, even when they are killing human beings like animals, slaughtering them. They come out in the open and defend them. And when they shout and force it down our consciousness, most of us buckle and accept it as the truth or the reality. How much more somebody who has not done anything but has been penciled down for total humiliation? If you don't know, Allen Onyema did something that angered the cabals in Asorok recently. The airlifting of the so-called one Nigerians or Nigerian citizens in South Africa was something a nation, a country should have done. It was something that thing in Asorok should have done. It was something the Nigerian High Commission in South Africa should have done. It was something the presidency of the zoo called Nigeria, in collaboration with other agencies of government, should have done. Evacuating their citizens, if actually they have citizens. But Allen Onyema single-handedly decided to do that. He might be doing it out of patriotism as a Nigerian. He might also be doing it for business purposes. But it is not easy anyway. If you know that it is easy, go and do it. Go and spend your money and do it. So we commend him for that he has done. But it did not go down well with the cabals in Asorok, with some unscrupulous, greedy politicians and their foot soldiers in Biafra land. Why Allen Onyema? How dare you do that? Every other person, every other billionaires, we are keeping quiet. You want to go and shine and disgrace us. And so they want to teach him a lesson. They concocted all manner of lies. They contacted the United States law enforcement agencies, giving them information that this man's business deals are not correct. If you don't know, these people have lobbyists in and out of government around the world. And they have come up with these trump-up charges. Do not think that what is happening to Tifalen Onyema started in the United States. It started from the contraption called Nigeria. It was hatched from the contraption called Nigeria, incubated in the presidency, and unleashed in the United States of America. But he whose hands are clean will go scot-free in the end, no matter the amount of intimidation. But it is also teaching our people lessons, if they will learn. We have been saying this, that the zoo called Nigeria has no plan for Biafrans anywhere. And it is happening today. If you are that successful and you have so much to invest, okay. If you believe that you're a Nigerian, as a Nigerian citizen, okay, go and invest outside Biafra land. If you have 3 businesses, it's better you invest 2 in Biafra land and then 1 outside for avoidance of doubt. But at the end of the day, no matter how hard you try to prove to the zoo called Nigeria, to the Fulani-controlled government of Nigeria, that you are a patriotic citizen of Nigeria, you remain an imbecile. You remain an infidel that must be put down and destroyed at the appropriate time. We are sorry for all these people they are appointed as political thugs in different ministries and parastatals from Biafra land. They are going to come after all of you. Somebody is fighting corruption in the zoo called Nigeria, but he is the granddaddy of corruption. A lot of things are going on in the presidency of the zoo called Nigeria. And nobody is saying anything about it. A lot of corrupt practices are going on. Money is being looted every day. Nobody is talking. And these people predicted what is happening today. They said that after the 4-year term of that thing in Asorok, that the Igbos, by this they meant everybody from the old eastern region, otherwise known as Biafra, will be no more to be seen. They predicted, they gave an advance warning that they are going to go after our businesses in Lagos. That they are going to learn our businesses, what we do, and then tell their own people to do it. They have gone after our businesses. They have lived up to their threats and their plots and plan. They burned down our businesses. They came up with all manner of harsh, inimical economic policies that will make it very impossible for businesses to thrive. The closing of border is not done in good faith, it is done in bad faith. And it is specifically directed against our people, because our people are the people who are going far and wide, importing all manner of things. They are after our people. They are after our businesses. Our economic interests have been singled out for total emaciation and strangulation. And we are seeing it before our own eyes. And you can do nothing about it, because they have cornered all manner of, all aspects of economic, political, and legal fronts. And their people are heading those areas. Is it not yet time our people should learn? Is it not yet time we begin to understand and appreciate the fact that we are not wanted in that contraption called Nigeria? And what are we going to do? If we have realized that we are not wanted in Nigeria, if we have realized that we, the people of Biafra, have a different destiny, and that Nigeria is drawing us backwards, that the Fulanese are drawing us backwards, then we have to do something about it, or we will perish. We'll go down as very hopeless individuals who know what to do, but are afraid of doing it. It is sad that all our businessmen and the contraption called Nigeria are now crying today. They have reduced us to their own level. We have inventors, we have innovators, we have technologists, we have scientists. Young men and women inventing things in Biafra land, but because we are put together with these people who are 100 years behind civilization, we have been drawn backwards and we have been brought to their own level. It is suffocating. As long as we bound ourselves, as long as we subsume everything we have, as long as we continue to pay allegiance to the Nigerian state, we will never make progress. Some of us are saying that they are progressing, but I can tell you that if you are outside the control and occupation force of the zoo called Nigeria, you would have made more progress. There are some of us who are now answering all manner of names, Fulani names, Hausa names, just because they want to survive. There are some of them who are in Lagos. They call themselves Lagosians. There are some of them who are in Adamawa in Kano, Igbos of northern Nigeria. These are the people who are already lost, and we will not follow them. We are not going to allow them to overshadow us. IPOB is doing very great, and IPOB must continue to do what they are doing under the leadership of Mazi. Biafra shall be restored. As long as our hands are clean, as long as we remain ideologically consistent, as long as we remain focused and never capitulate under pressure and intimidation. Everybody is seeing it today that the contraption called Nigeria is not working, and that the Fulanis are out there to destroy everyone from north to south to the east. In the middle belt, everybody is crying. So if you are crying that you are not wanted in the contraption called Nigeria, if your lives are singled out for total destruction, if you cannot enjoy your rights as a human being, if you are afraid of the day and afraid of the night because of Fulani and their policies that they are dishing out from the government of the zoo that they are controlling, then you have to do something about it. If we don't do something about it, it then means that we are okay. What can Biafrans do? I made reference to our people coming out en masse and rejecting the citizenship of the contraption called Nigeria. If we don't do this, the world, the international community, the outside world, every man, woman outside the contraption called Nigeria will continue to feel and think that we are one, and that we are enjoying what is happening in the contraption called Nigeria. There are a number of arguments advanced. We talked about renouncing or denouncing Nigerian citizenship. And some people are taking it out of context, where I need to go back to that place. Unless we take collective action, unless we embark on collective resolve to let the whole world know that Nigerian citizenship was forcefully imposed on us, then we have not started on our journey to collective self-emancipation. Because every people's history, the history of every people is unique to them. Biafra Restoration Project has undergone different degrees of setbacks. Our own journey to collective self-emancipation has been quite different from others. We fought a bitter civil war to defend ourselves. In the end, the injustice unknown ever since the world was created was directed against us. How can you kill millions of people in broad daylight? The world was watching it on the television everywhere, and the print media everywhere. The information are there. But they are telling us today that nobody is responsible for the killing of millions of people. And then we are keeping quiet about it. And some people who say that they are doctors and lawyers and intellectuals or whatever they call themselves are saying that those who are trying to account or rather raise objection as to the way things are going against them in this contraption called Nigeria are miscreants. These are not illiterates. Some of them call themselves professionals. Some of them say, we need to raise up think tank. That these people, these young men and women on the street, they don't know what they are doing and all that. If you know what you will do or what you should have done, why are you not doing it? The young men, young women on the streets agitating for Biafra restoration are doing what they are doing to the best of their ability because you failed to do what you're supposed to do. And we need to let you know that it is too late. We cannot let you overshadow us anymore. Your criminal silence is too toxic for our existence. Biafra was declared in 1967. And after that ensued the killings, the pogroms, the genocide, the crimes against humanity, the ethnic cleansing that followed. Our leaders surrendered to the Nigerian state. And they went ahead to sign an instrument of surrender as well. And on behalf of everybody, pledged allegiance to Nigerian state. But that was done under duress, for avoidance of doubt. And Nigerian citizenship, as a result, was forced on us. And as a result of that acceptance of Nigerian citizenship, albeit under duress, things are not going well with us today, the way it should be. We are not making progress politically the way we should have been making. We are not making progress economically the way we should have been making. If we are making 80% success or progress in our economic activities, then we would have been making 100% and more, 200%, if we were not under the contraption called Nigeria. Because our coexistence with these people is toxic and inimical to our progress. The reason why Biafrans of this day and age must renounce Nigerian citizenship is because after the war, our leaders went back to the zoo called Nigeria and paid allegiance to them and signed an instrument of surrender. For people of Biafra to make headway, we must publicly come out and declare to the whole world that the Nigerian citizenship was forced on us and that we are under occupation. We need to make that particular case for ourselves. If we don't do it, then we are done for. Everybody around the world will believe and assume that we are okay with where we are. The Biafran leaders in the 1960s did what they did according to the circumstance they found themselves. But we, the younger generations, must have to renew the fact that we do not accept Nigerian citizenship willingly. If we don't do it, then that contraption called Nigeria will not take us seriously. Now, what do you do when you are under occupation, you have no choice. Number one, you have no choice but to live according to the dictates of those who are occupying you. But you also have a choice to prove to the world and to the oppressor that you have freedom, you have will, you have future, and that you are not a slave. That is the stage we are at this particular point in time. We have done all manner of things. We have started with sensitization, enlightenment campaign for the world to understand that the people of Biafra are still under subjugation and occupation of the evil contraption called Nigeria. And that we are not one. And that what happened in the 1950s and 60s are still happening, albeit through other means, because this is 21st century. They use both conventional and unconventional methods to try to destroy and reduce our population. And they are using corrupt elements and disgruntled individuals, selfish, horrible saboteurs in our midst to destroy what has held us together. It is our responsibility to do the needful. A number of our people have applied to the zoo embassies around the world to renounce their citizenship as Biafrans. But you know what? The Nigerian officials never responded to them because they know what is waiting for them. They know that when they accept it and process such documents or application, they would have endorsing your Biafran identity, your Biafran citizenship. And so, whether they like it or not, we are going to methodically, systematically, and in a collective way let them know that we are not citizens of Nigeria willingly. Rather, they forced it on us. And that the slave or slaves are claiming or reclaiming their identity. Now, what happens after renunciation? What is that renunciation, the very sense of it? There is an official one and there is a ceremonial one as well. Renunciation of Nigerian citizenship does not mean that you go and burn your Nigerian passport or tear it in public. That is not what it is. All over the world, denunciation, renunciation has a process. If you decide to burn your Nigerian passport, that is a choice you are making. But is there going to be any consequence? There's not going to be any consequence for avoidance of that because we all are under occupation. Denouncing Nigerian citizenship does not mean that you are no longer going to do everything you are doing within the occupation that the zoo called Nigeria has put all of us in. It is a psychological thing. It is a political thing. It is a moral issue. So let people who are saying, after denouncing Nigerian citizenship, how are you going to travel and all that? That is a myopic expression or reasoning. We are under Nigerian citizenship because we don't have choice. And you can do anything you like within your power and within the law to let them know that you are not willingly accepting that citizenship and that you are not a Nigerian. The day they set us free is the day we have a choice to take up any other document with reference to Biafra. So unless we collectively come out in the open and in a ceremonial way announce to the whole world that we are not Nigerian citizens, that Nigerian citizenship has been imposed on us by force, then the world will keep quiet. Then the zoo called Nigeria will remain where it is. They will not take us seriously. We have said that we need to plan this. And this is something I will dedicate my life to make sure that our people who are actually fighting for restoration of Biafra are actually on the right track. If we don't denounce our citizenship of Nigeria, then we haven't started. We are beginning to make consultation. Those who want to do this must indeed begin to consult among themselves. And we are going to announce a date for avoidance of doubt. And it has to be agreed across board among the members of Directorate and the leadership of IPOB worldwide. So do not go on your own and begin to do things in a solo way. The last announcement, or rather suggestion I made in the previous broadcast, was for our people to wait, that we have to announce a date. And some of us went out of their way to do whatever they wanted to do. Well, it is still not bad, but we have to do this collectively so that the world will see the contraption called Nigeria for what it is. And we recommend that people in the diaspora will start first. If we don't publicly denounce this document, this citizenship that they forced on us, then the zoo called Nigeria will never take us seriously. I repeat that, and if you doubt what I'm saying, in time to come you will understand it. This is what will be for our presentation. We are moving for most of God remains in time. Number to call is +447405964146, +447405964146. I want confirmation from our people that our FM radio stations are up and running. People are complaining, and then Facebook is not also helping matters. Facebook is not helping matters as well. Right, welcome back. I tried to do something because something's not working as expected. I want to talk about this renunciation in a wider aspect. Our people are being targeted by the contraption called Nigeria. Our businessmen are being targeted. I don't know, Innocent, name them. There are so many of them. All our businesses, all major businesses in from Biafra land are being targeted for total destruction because they don't want us to grow up. They don't want us to progress. They don't want us to make any headway. They use all the nefarious, barbaric, and obnoxious laws and policies to checkmate us. And our people are crying under the pains of these wickedness. And we all know where our problems are coming from, and we still insist that we are still going to be part of this contraption called Nigeria. Is it how Stockholm Syndrome works? You've fallen in love with your oppressor, fallen in love with those who are killing and maiming and destroying you every day. And because you are not reacting in a way that we understand and feel they are continuing. Is it a crime that all people from Biafra land will come out, the Igbos most especially, coming out in the open and say there are no more Nigerians because Nigeria is not accommodating them, because Nigeria is a politically disenfranchising them, because Nigeria is economically emaciating them, because Nigeria is religiously strangulating them. Imagine what will happen when our people come out en masse and begin to protest about this injustice. We have not told you to go and carry guns and all manner of ammunition and start shooting. This is a moral and political thing. You're coming out in the open and declaring that you're no more a Nigerian because of the injustices, the ills of the society. We claim that we are smart, we claim that we are intelligent, we claim that we are clever. That we are allowing our Majiris who are eating through violence. If you think that they're going to stop unleashing violence on us, then you are hallucinating. Because there is no other thing that they are good at. They survive through violence, through the shedding of blood. That is where they make money from. They divert all the money that was sent, all the funds from aid donors to fight Boko Haram into private pockets. If you go to Borno State, you will see hotels and other business resorts elected by these rogues, some of the military commanders, some in the presidency, and most of them politicians from the north. Boko Haram is a business outlet for them, if you don't know. And most of the people that they are killing are people who don't believe in what they believe in. And those who are obstacles to their progress. Boko Haram is a business, especially after the death of Yusuf. Boko Haram is a structure set up by northern Hausa Fulani politicians to enrich themselves, to hoodwink the international community. And it is working for them. They blackmail the international community. They kill human beings like animals in their large numbers. If you think that what we are saying is a lie, why is EU and United Nations making reference to this. We reported these things to them, and they have done their investigation, and they are coming up. More of the revelations are coming up. They created IDPs, internally displaced persons. They dislocated people from their normal locations and bundled them into IDP camps. And then aid, money is being pumped in. When that money comes in, they will divert it. Why are they not fighting Boko Haram with all the money and weapons earmarked and sent to the contraption called Nigeria to fight them? Why are Boko Haram terrorists overrunning the Nigerian army bases? You need to ask yourself questions. And in the past, some soldiers have complained that their commanders will always tell them not to shoot Boko Haram terrorists. And then Boko Haram will overrun them and kill some of them and take over their weapons. The money is being used to sponsor Boko Haram terrorists so that they will give impression that the so-called northeastern part of the zoo called Nigeria is boiling. It is a means of attracting investment to themselves. They have enriched themselves. They are multi-billionaires as a result of that conflict that they created. So they must stop deceiving the world. Now, the United States of America and other Western world are asking Nigeria questions about why Boko Haram has persisted, about why a lot of killings are still going on. They are declaring to you now that Boko Haram has been depleted, Boko Haram has been defeated and all that. They are mutating, changing the name of Boko Haram to another thing because they are now notorious with the name Boko Haram. They have achieved their aim of attracting foreign aid to themselves. They have achieved their aim of attracting wealth to themselves. They are now changing to another name. You are now hearing of Fulani herdsmen doing all manner of things. Most of the people who are in Boko Haram camp are the people in the so-called Fulani herdsmen, killing people, slaughtering human beings like animals. And then the Nigerian government will come out and tell you, oh, these are the people fighting for their own survival and all that. These are jihadists. And unfortunately, through treachery and wickedness, we have allowed their leader to be at the helm of our affairs, at the echelon of political power in the contraption called Nigeria. We are done for. The international community is raising eyebrow about Boko Haram, and now Boko Haram is no longer, the name Boko Haram is beginning to disappear. They now come up with amnesty program, a situation where they will take them back and say that they are rehabilitating them, and after rehabilitating them, they will reintegrate them into the society. Sizable number of them will go into Nigerian army, Nigerian police, and some are still working. The new front for the Fulanis, the new front for the northern Fulani politicians now are the so-called herdsmen and bandits. They are the people sponsoring them because the moment those violence that they have set up stop, the moment they are no more in it, they will become poor. So they survive through violence. Fulani herdsmen is now their new front because the entire world, the international community, United Nations have not globally acknowledged them as terrorist organization or group of people. It is only the terrorism, their name are only listed on terrorism index. But the United Nations have not, countries around the world have not, especially Western world, have not designated them official global terrorists. That is why they are shifting attention. And before you know it, by the time the world will recognize them officially and begin to focus attention on them, they would have killed a lot of people. They would have made a lot of money. So if you are thinking that violence, jihadism of the North will stop, you are hallucinating. They are going to overrun us, just like our leader, Mazi has been advising us and calling our attention. It's happening everywhere. And then the tactics that they are using is to instill horror and wreak havoc. They will kill so many people in a most horrific way, in a most barbaric way, in order to instill fear in those who are still living. And once they instill fear in you, anything they tell you, will believe. Anything they tell you, will take it, whether you like it or not. That is why whenever these Fulanis talk, whenever the presidency talks, you will have to listen to them. But when IPOB tells you something, you will wave them, you dismiss them with a wave of the hand. What is happening to us is Stockholm Syndrome, a situation where we fall in love with our oppressor. And on this platform, we are saying that we are no longer going to accept it. And if we keep quiet, this thing will continue. Hope is on the way. IPOB is here. Let everybody join IPOB wherever he is, that the needful should be done. Until we begin to do something in this direction, we are going to be destroyed totally as a people, as a race. Can you hear me? Call on the phone. Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, my honorable deputy, Uche from Mefor.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Yes, my name is Mazi Joseph Onyechuku. I'm calling from Obolafo. Obolafo is in Enugu State, in Biafra land. I want to thank you for the work that you are doing for us, especially you and our leader, Mazi Namdekano, because you people are working. I don't know that what are we to thank you people, but only thing I have that Ekekeroa, who have ordained you people and who brought you people in our own generation, may he keep on protecting you people and guiding you people in the name of Chuku Kabiama.
And you too.
Yes, so what I'm contributing this evening is just so simple. Just like my leader broadcast before his day, my leader have made everything clear. The way that we all will know where our problem was originated and who caused it and how it was and how we became this. And what we will do and even know that we have already have our freedom. Because we promised us that we must see Biafra in our own time, and we have already seen Biafra in our own time. Because the reason why that we have seen of Biafra in our own time is this. Our leader Mazi Namdekano made it very possible for any person that is saying that is the same that is a one Nigeria, for you to see that you are the highest idiot in life. For you to see that if you go and serve the zoo and you come back in shape, and all of them have testified on it. So what I'm saying this evening is that any person that have not even happened to the voice of this glorious call by the God Almighty, because His God Almighty was ordained this restoration effort. Just like what I'm saying, our people should know this land of Biafra was ordained by Chukwu Kabiama. And all of us that was born inside Biafra land was ordained by Chukwu Kabiama. And that is the reason why that any place that is not any good thing, once Biafra entered into the country or the village or any part of the world, light will come into that place because we are the light and we are the children of God Almighty. Please, let's come together and join this restoration effort. And any place you are, IPOB is only umbrella, and this is only Redeemer, and this is only Maker, and this is only Savior. This is once you enter into this glorious family, your sins will be forgiven. And that your sins will be forgiven that we get our Biafra and we celebrate it, and all of us will celebrate in the name of Chukwu Karama. And this is what I have in this evening, and say may God Almighty keep on blessing every one of you that are working assiduously, tirelessly, morning and night to make sure we restore our fatherland. I say may God Almighty protect you and bless every one of you in the name of Chukwu Karama. And I sign off from here. Goodbye.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, and God bless you. This is Radio Biafra presentation. Number to call is +4474 05964146. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, my brother. Mazi, for good evening from here. Yeah, my name is Directives. I'm calling you from Abagana. Abagana is in Njikoka. Njikoka is in Anambra is Biafra. But for them, it's Njikoka for what I've done for yourself.
Yes, go ahead.
I say my school cover and be with us and protect us until we get there find the mighty of school cover in my place here. Yeah. So my brother, my shop, I don't have anything to say. I just want to say to the men of the root. I'm happy to hear your voice this evening. I say my school cover be with us until we get Biafra. We must get Biafra since we started this struggle and this new struggle. And we must stand resolute. There's no going back. And Biafra must be restored. In the mighty name of school cover in my place. But I don't have anything to say. I just want to thank you. I just want to hear you. I want to say hi because I've been along.
Right, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, and God bless you too. And keep it on. This is Radio Biafra presentation on this evening of the 26th of November 2019. We are live from London. I'm reaching you wherever you are on this planet Earth. Next call on the phone. Can you hear me? Good evening from here. Our satellite is down from what I can understand. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good evening from here.
My name is Mazi. I'm calling from Aba.
Your voice is too far away from your microphone.
Okay, sir. I say my name is Mazi Ugochukwu. Mazi Ugochukwu.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm calling from
Right. What is
that? Bless you. And
bless you too. Bless you too. Thank you very much. Now, can I ask you a question before you continue? Is our FM
because Nigeria is going down every day by day. The nation is going down and Biafra is rising up. Mazi, we say Metuku Okikabiama bless Biafra land and protect our people, indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, all the way from Aba. Mazi.
Yes, thank you very much. Is our FM relay station in Aba working or not?
Mazi, as of now, Mazi, the soldiers, they are everywhere. They are parading our people. They are just doing massive arrest. Anywhere they see our people reading newspaper of our own, they will come arrest some of our people. Mazi, this is terrible something.
Yes, I heard you, and what we need to do is that everybody must be his or her brother's keeper, because times are different, and it is very important that our people in different parts of Biafra land who are injured or molested or arrested and incarcerated, whether now or in the past, must come forward to give evidence of what happened to them. It is very important that we do this. There are ongoing documentation programs as we speak. Our people, our coordinators must avail themselves of that opportunity and give information regarding our people who have been subjected under horrendous torture, maimed, incarcerated unjustly, and all that. We need to present these evidence in order to bring the perpetrators to book. Next call on the phone. Can you hear me?
Good evening, Mazi, Uche, Mefor.
Good evening from here. Welcome to the program.
Oh, my deputy leader, I'm blessed. God bless you for hearing your voice once again, Mazi.
God bless you too.
I bless you and bless my leader, Mazi Nandekano. I am calling from Uche. I am Pastor Stephen Uchendo. Mazi, we are cut off here over 1 week and now our radio here is not talking.
We are trying to do something about it, but I don't know why you people have not been complaining about it. Where in particular? Where?
I'm calling from Uche, from Oyibo, precisely. Our radio has not been talking since 1 week and now.
Yes, okay. We are doing something about it. If it is something general, then we are going to sort it out. If it is something specific with Uche, then it will be a specific issue that has to be looked into in that manner. Thank you very much. I've got that information.
Mazi. Okay, Mazi, I would have complained this thing when the director speak lastly on brokers. He asked why the radio is not speaking. There was no access to get the information across you people, because I've complained that before to the person I need to complain. That is not what I will speak on air now. But all the same, these people are working on it. Mazi, may you come bless you for us, bless our leader. Biafra we must get. Is either Biafra or not. May you come bless you. I remember your uncle Saba, Pastor Stephen Uchendo from Uche.
Thank you very much. God bless you too. This is Radio Biafra presentation. Next call on the phone. Can you hear me? Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Good evening, Mazi, Uche, Mefor.
Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Right. I am Amos Ajibo.